Imagine like a creature lurking in the shadows, just waiting for the perfect moment,
Ooh, spooky. What kind of moment?
like a clap of thunder, or even, a child's whine,
Okay, getting creepier. And then what?
and then it snatches them away.
Oh, no. Sounds like a nightmare.
It does, right? And for the people of Qazvin in Iran, this nightmare has a name: Ghor Ghor Mo Mo.
Ghor Ghor Mo Mo. That's a mouthful.
It is. Welcome back to Iranian Things, everyone. Episode 66. I'm Q Mars.
And I'm Nuz.
And we're your guides to, well, the lesser-known corners of Iran.
We love exploring the folklore, the mythology.
Oh, and sometimes even cryptozoology.
Gotta love a good monster mystery, right?
Absolutely. And today we are diving deep into the shadowy legend of this Ghor Ghor Mo Mo.
A creature said to haunt the Qazvin region of Iran.
So let's start with the basics. What do we even know about this Ghor Ghor Mo Mo?
Well, the name itself is pretty interesting.
It really is.
It almost sounds like onomatopoeic,
You think so?
Like it's trying to capture some kind of guttural, monstrous sound.
Ghor Ghor Mo Mo. Yeah, I can kind of hear it.
Right. But when it comes to its appearance, the sources we have are actually pretty silent.
So we don't really know what it looks like.
Nope. No descriptions of fur, scales, wings, nothing.
That's so interesting. It leaves it all up to our imagination.
Exactly. Which, can be even scarier sometimes.
For sure. But we do know where this legend comes from.
Right. It's said to originate specifically among the people of Qazvin.
Which is in central Iran, for anyone who needs a quick geography refresher.
And that's important because in Iranian culture, folklore isn't just about entertainment.
It's more than just spooky stories, right?
Definitely. It's often a way to transmit values, to warn against dangers.
Or even sometimes to offer a kind of social commentary.
Exactly.
So with that in mind, what else do we know about Ghor Ghor Mo Mo? Like, what makes it appear?
Well, this is where it gets really interesting. It's not just wandering around all the time.
It has like a trigger.
It does. It's said to appear when there's a strong thunderbolt in the evening.
A thunderbolt.
Yeah.
Wow. Why that specific trigger, do you think?
Well, storms have a lot of symbolism in many cultures, right?
Yeah, like chaos, unpredictable forces.
Sometimes even divine wrath. So
It's-
Ghor Ghor Mo 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 appearing with the thunder.
It's almost like it's personifying that kind of raw power.
Right, like an enforcer of natural order, maybe?
That's a really interesting way to look at it.
Yeah.
Especially when you consider who this creature targets.
Ah, yes. Ghor Ghor Mo Mo's victims. This is where the moral lesson might come in.
Because it's not just anyone, right?
Nope. According to the stories, it specifically targets grumpy kids who are nagging.
So basically, kids who are misbehaving.
Pretty much. And I think that's really telling, about how folklore reflects societal norms.
How so?
Well, think about it. The creature isn't targeting all children, just the ones perceived as misbehaving.
That's true. So is it trying to encourage obedience?
Maybe. Or perhaps it's a reflection of, the pressure to suppress negative emotions in children.
It's amazing how these seemingly simple tales,
Can raise such complex questions.
they really can.
Hmm.
All right, so we know it appears with thunder, targets grumpy kids.
Hmm.
What does it do with them?
That's another mystery. The sources we have are pretty vague on the actual method of abduction.
They just say it takes the children away
Right. To a dark, distant place.
and leaves them there, lost in the darkness.
Which, again, leaves a lot to the imagination. And I think that lack of visual detail,
It's common in a lot of these scary folk tales, isn't it?
it is. It lets us project our own fears onto the creature and the abduction itself.
It becomes like a blank canvas for our anxieties. And that brings us to the fate of the children, their voices lost in the darkness. What do you think that symbolizes?
Ooh, good question. It could be a metaphor for the unknown, for
Mhm.
sure. All the dangers that exist outside the safety of home.
That's a pretty chilling thought.
Right. And the fact that they lose their voices.
Could that be a symbol of losing your identity? Like the inability to express yourself?
Possibly. Especially when you consider this in the context of childhood development.
It's like the story is warning us about the potential for losing our individuality.
If we don't conform to societal expectations.
Exactly. So the moral of the Ghor Ghor Mo story?
It becomes much more layered than just behave or a monster will get you. Right.
Way more complex. It's tapping into deeper anxieties about social control
The pressure to conform.
and the potential consequences of not fitting in.
It really makes you think.
It does. Wow, this has been such a thought-provoking deep dive. What do you think, listeners? What resonates with you most in the Ghor Ghor Mo Mo legend?
Do you see it as a cautionary tale, a reflection of cultural anxieties, or something else entirely? We'd love to hear your theories.
Share them in the comments below. And if you want to explore more chilling tales from Iranian folklore,
We did a whole episode on divs and jinn.
and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into the fascinating world of Iranian things.
Until next time.
See you then.